How are you guys?
Good
Hope all
morning.
is well.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Michael.
Good evening.
To some people, it might be good evening.
Yeah.
If you're in the southern hemisphere. Let's get the old questions going here, Michael.
I'll do this part. We don't
You're
have
the
other,
pro?
We don't have the other computer, so I will use my phone.
There we go. Guys, hope you're all good. We are by the putter studio. Over our shoulders, we have the putter studio. We have just started the first of our many putter fitting or putter related
We
videos.
did. We haven't done any of that.
No. We have a full day at the putter studio today, guys. Lots and lots going on.
Hello from Palm Springs. You ever been to Palm Springs?
Boys? Yes, I have. Yep.
I need to go.
Played some lovely golf out in Palm Springs. Played Madison Club, Hideaway, Quarry, Palms, the classic course.
Did you play Bighorn?
Hey,
It looks unreal.
did I play with a Bighorn? No, I have not played Bighorn. No, I have not. Kaiser Soze needs a putter fitting in the worst way. Kaiser Soze and I are pals. I need a. But I've just had a putter fit.
Just had a putter fit.
I know.
New
Yep.
putter.
An old putter.
An old frame.
Reacquainted with an old one. Blade Runner is telling us that a fun fact is the USGA 2010 groove rule for amateurs comes into effect in 2024.
Perfect time to buy new wedges for all of you.
Well, if you're still using the same grooves you were during that time, you've got a bigger problem. So let's let people dive on in here. More course vlogs from Jared. I agree. Shows the personality. You don't have any personality anyway.
No.
Not on the show.
I don't really play much. So,
You talk some poo-poo.
I know.
We played Your Member Guest the other day. We were absolutely rotten.com.
Yeah, we were team the worst.
No, we were not the worst.
No, we weren't the worst.
We were in the bottom 10%, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Lots of people enjoyed the follower fitting episode last week with our great pal Scott Yeaman, the painter.
He thinks he's a celebrity now.
He's walking about
Yeah, it's gone.
asking people if they want autographs.
That's funny. I've seen on this channel, just goes to their head.
I know. It's not the first time. All right. Let's see.
Chris bought a Groove It brush. Nice. Keep your clubs clean.
Like to groove it. I was getting abuse this morning.
From who?
You and wee Ralphie about my clubs being dirty.
Wow, yeah, that's a shame.
That's a shame. It's a shambles.
Aye. Back to bed.
Back to bed. Start again. I just played yesterday.
Hello, so did I. They're clean.
Seth, hello lads from the Florida Emerald Coast. Seth, do you have a guest room? Do you have any potential for us to come and stay with you in the wintertime? We don't really like the...
The YMCA.
You like the YMCA.
So you do. Share password. My goodness. Awfully high maintenance over there.
All right. Victor Hovland. It's the only place to start the day.
$18 million richer.
I know, and apparently money goes a long, long way in Oklahoma.
Yeah. He's very humble. He says, that's not going to change him and stuff. That's good.
I mean, I wouldn't expect Victor Hovland to be any different. He's still going to grind and work hard.
Yeah, good player. Needs a major.
Yeah, he does need a major. You're right. That's the next step for him now. But he's an awfully complete golfer, isn't he? He drives it good and long and straight. I think yesterday was they were saying it was the first time in 30 years that someone had led driving, greens and reg, and scrambling stats or something along those lines. That combination of having all of your game, that somebody had led all of that.
Yeah, he's nuts.
He's quite the player. But I mean, I thought Xander was going to give him a right good run at one point yesterday. I think through 12 holes it was down to 3. Xander had got it to 7 under through 12, and he was at 21. Hovland was at 24.
You know more than me. I watched zero golf yesterday.
You were on the golf course. Okay, let's dive into this. Let's dive in. Chris is asking the question. Is TSR3 the king of ball speed this year? Chris, you will need to wait until... Ralphie, what day is it this week?
If anyone's looking to
Ralphie
our
had a
co-op-
rough weekend.
Yeah.
Booze hound Ralphie. When is the ball speed video coming out this week?
Anyways, we'll answer
Okay.
about 45
Yeah, about
questions
45
before we
minutes,
get that answer to you all.
If anyone is needing an intern, we're happy to send Ralphie anywhere in the GTA other than in this building.
Or Canada, or North America.
30th, which is
Wednesday.
Wednesday. There we got there in the end.
Nice, good
Wednesday is when the ball speed video is coming out. So, yeah, you will find out which is the ball speed king right then. Brady's asking St Andrews golf trip tips, lads. As they would say back in the homeland, keep the high balls low. That's what they would tell you.
And prepare your liver.
Aye, that's it. What's the saying about the, do you know why they call it the jigger in?
Oh, aye.
Because you jigger in.
And you stagger out. That's the best. I love that.
Your Alfie done a bit of jiggering and staggering on the weekend. Okay. Let's see. What do you see?
AB coffee. Is it
Where's that?
still worth it to get a free fitting from the PGA Superstore, budget/availability reasons, 22 handicap?
Free is, you get what you pay for with free.
Yeah. There's a reason
We'll
sometimes
say
they're
that.
free.
Yeah. So I would say it's a lottery, whether you're going to get a good gin or a bad gin.
Yeah. Some studios have probably guys that do a great
Yeah,
job.
do a great job and are on the trajectory to obviously, get somewhere up the rung of kind of
Yeah.
jobs in the golf industry. Others are destined to make it no further.
Yeah, just retail, big box.
Yeah, and as far as the pyramid of club fitting goes, that probably would be fairly close to the bottom. And that's not being detrimental, right? They're offering a service to the broadest spectrum of golfers out there, from beginners to people who have never played before. So I don't think the intention there is to be the world's, best.
Correct.
We have a saying that, when people start with us, if you're not walking through the door trying to be the best in the world at what you do, turn around and head back out the door.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
That's what we say to everyone who starts with us. I don't think that's a conversation that comes up. And again, not a knock, but that's not a conversation that comes up in the PGA Superstore.
No.
On an onboarding session.
AB Coffee says, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let's see. Any stock length putter for 6'4" player with a 30? Are there any putters, I guess, is what he's asking, for a player with a 38-inch wrist to floor, 6'4", ping chart says 36.5. There's not many.
No.
There really isn't many.
35 inches is generally
Yep.
industry max.
Yep. Some of the putter fitting kits, like we've got the Odyssey kit, we've got the Even Roll kit, we've got the Adele kit. They go up to 36, I believe.
Yeah.
So you're not a million miles away. I mean, I think if you're being fitted within half an inch of the finished
Pretty
length,
good.
I think you're fine. So I think Ping do a phenomenal job with those charts as a starting point. But like we ask people to do when they come in here, I think if you're going to go and get fitted, sort of brief the club fitting company before you go in that you really are looking for, something that they may not have, and they can maybe prepare some things for you, put some extensions in some putters. We've done that for some clients in the past.
Jared is offering his services if you need a straight personality hire just to be around for morale, kind of similar to a golden retriever. Let me know.
Yeah, everyone needs a puppy.
Yep.
Fraser Scott, Ian, will you ever do a video on your journey to start On your journey to start club fitting, how you learned from who
you got
I can't. Sorry, this thing is overlaid. That's doing my head in. Yeah, there we go. Ian, will you ever do a video on your journey to start perfect, how you learned from and where you got to where you are now? And will I ever do a video on that? I don't know if that's something people would want to see, if I'm being honest. I think that would be a low.
Like a biography.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly, there's been a few podcasts that I've done where people have, that's where you generally start the podcast is, how did you get to where you are today, and that sort of stuff. So, Fraser, maybe that's probably the place if you wanted to sort of hear that side of things. What else could we suggest around that? I don't think it'll ever make its way into an episode. I think that would feel a little too centered on one person and sort of one thing around becoming a club fitter. And obviously we know there are lots of people who follow these videos and follow the lives because they are interested in becoming a club fitter at some point. But maybe just reach out to me on Instagram. I can briefly to lay it out for you how I've done it.
Who would narrate your biography? Tom Hanks?
No. Billy Connolly.
Oh, God.
The big one. I can't actually, he's a Celtic man.
Rod Stewart, Celtic, man.
Celtic
or Celtic?
Celtic. Mr. Crowley, is it just me or are the hazardous shafts boardy lacking feel? I think that is something that is often associated with the hazardous line. That's why with the new Denali, they're going after obviously more of that feel profile, something that has a lot more of a responsive feel to it. So listen, it's generally just a feel that comes with a lower end shaft. The shafts that are stock in clubs tend to be made with cheaper materials. They tend to be
built for the masses.
Yeah, built for the masses, built for. I've always given this analogy or this sort of example, right? You're TaylorMade. You develop the club head. Everything else you put on that golf club costs you money.
Yeah.
Are you going to invest in the shaft if you don't develop the shaft? No. So you're going to spend as little as you possibly can to put a shaft on there. Are they putting on a premium, grip? The best, most expensive grip? No, of course they're not. They're putting on a grip that they can get for as cheap as they possibly can. We've all seen those OEM grips, and they don't feel anything like a grip that we would consider to be a higher grade rubber grip. So that is the nature of a stock shaft. It's designed to keep the price or the total price down as low as it can possibly be. And obviously now there's lists of upgrade shafts and stuff like that. That's an option. But in terms of the stock stuff that comes in it, you get what you pay for, which is very little.
Yeah. Mike C. Awesome Calgary shaft fitting with Tim last week.
Good.
LA Golf A Series mid. So stable.
Good shafts. Very good shafts. What's Kaiser says there? Kaiser says, Faxon, I guess, Brad Faxon, always says putter length should match wrist to floor within half an inch to full inch max. Haven't heard that one before. Yeah, I'm 35.5 inch wrist to floor and I use 35. Interesting. That is a cool little nugget. I must do a little
tinker with that.
Yeah,
be interesting to know because I use a long putter and it definitely doesn't match my wrist to floor.
Well, it maybe does actually because you've got very short arms and very deep pockets. So
very good.
That's
very good. You teed that one up. Yeah.
Go on.
Nope.
It rhymes with Rick.
No.
Starts with a prick.
Starts with a B.
Let's see.
Stop being. I'm devastated.
I know. Done you. Ian, if you could fit one YouTuber, who would you choose? One YouTuber. from the golfing scene. Shields. Definitely. Definitely. He seems like he's, well, we've met him, a few times, but he's a blast to be around. He's always a good laugh.
What do they call us? Mini Guinness?
Baby Guinness.
They're so good.
Loves a baby Guinness. No, I think it would be Rick. He's looking to try and improve his game, and he, you would see some tangible results because he does his Break 75 series and he does his other challenges on course. So you could actually see the progression and evolution of his game, which I think would be really fun for you guys as well to see him. There's certain shots Rick struggles with. A little bit of over rotation. He struggles a little bit with some of his wedge play. He's a really good putter, really nice putter. Even when he was struggling a few months back, I thought temporary lapse. He is a very good putter. I think he struggles a little bit with the two-main miss with the driver. So it's somebody's game I'm fairly familiar with. So I'd definitely say Shields. Here's wee Richie Marsh. Richie Marsh, we used to call him Wee Smiler. So yeah, Richie's about maybe 3 years older. I'm the same age as his brother Ian, and we all played in the same football team together. And he was a good few years younger than us. And literally as a kid, all he would do was smile.
Really?
Wee Richie, that's good. The green and half, Richie. Even though you're from the green and white half of Helensburgh, you're still one of the good guys. Michael McCarthy.
Hello, sir.
Mikey, thanks again for the awesome fit last week. I couldn't be more confident in my irons and driver we picked.
It was a good fit.
Good player.
Good driver. Yeah, good player. Hits it hard, fast. Those are the easy fits. Those are the very, very easy fits.
Why do you keep switching screens?
What do you mean?
Why do you keep going from having the...
Because it hides, This thing always disappears.
But that doesn't show up on the actual YouTube screen. So we're the only ones who can see that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, they can see it.
No.
Huh.
No, that's only for us.
You sure?
Very. I've been doing this once or twice. What do you see?
Flux Golf. If you could, guys could pick one pro to play around with and fit them, not even seeing their numbers, how accurate could you be?
Very good. Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Well,
You could dial it in pretty, you could dial it in pretty close.
some of us are of an age where we actually used to do that. We used to fit in the days before launch monitors, and you could see what the right and wrong flight was and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember even when we used to go and do the golf shows, we'd go and do the Scottish Golf Show, British Golf Show, and you do have a bit of distance that the ball would travel, and you could, by the first halfway through the morning, the first day, you kind of get an idea, okay, when they're pitching it into that part of the net, up or higher or lower than that, you actually know when their numbers are really, really good. It's just pattern recognition. I think once you've done it a few times, it's actually really pretty easy.
Well, it's funny at the U.S. Open, we were sitting on the side of the range, and Bryson came down, and DJ was hitting balls. Obviously, they're two of the faster boys on tour, and we could see their ball speed get spit out right away, but we were all guessing like launch and spin. And we were all pretty within the realm of a degree, maybe 2 degrees kind of thing. So, but to answer your question, it would be Tiger Woods. And yeah, just to be with Tiger, I'd lose my mind. I wouldn't know what to say.
He'd be
able to tell you things that he sees and feels and stuff like that. So it'd be easy.
Well, our good friend Scott McLeod just shared with us some stats there from the Tour Championship. Let's see, where was that? So, 2023 PGA Tour radar data through the Tour Championship averages. Clubhead speed average is 115.2. This is TrackMan. Ball speed is 173. Spin rate is 2570, so 2,570. Launch angle is 10.5. Apex is 102 feet. And the question is, what stands out for you? So of those numbers, what stands out for you?
Too spinny. Come on, get that launch up, spin down.
But if you launch it at 10.5, that is...
Yeah.
You can get the spin down a little bit if you get the launch up a little bit. But I think that ball speed, it kind of tells you that the ball speed is climbing quite a bit.
That's the average on tour. That's nuts.
Average on tour used to be 167. I think if anyone goes and Googles TrackMan averages, it still spits out 167. So, I mean, that ball speed is climbing. Clubhead speeds jumped by 2 miles an hour. Yeah, I love those launch conditions for someone with speed, 10.5 and 25.
Yeah.
I love that.
That ball speed's crazy.
Yeah. I think, and again, talking to being side on when we're watching guys like DJ and Bryson hit it, 102 feet of peak height, that seems a hair less than I thought it would be.
Really?
I thought it would have been a little bit higher than that. So, I think to me, the things that stand out there are the ball speed has climbed quite a lot on tour as an average, and the launch and spin, launch is a bit lower, spin's a little bit higher than people would think it would be. Oh, my old Maltby. Zach is asking, any initial thoughts or initial impressions of the T24 wedges?
They look nice on Instagram.
Nice and clean. I think you know what you're going to get.
It looks the same. Like
it does look similar.
But that's the same thing people say that with sometimes with Vokey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they've done a good job with it, so why screw it up?
I've played a few rounds now with those MG4s. That texture does not last.
Yeah, I didn't.
That
think
is
so.
not as rough as rough as that is when it first. Now I don't know. I'd need to get the numbers to actually see whether they are any less sort of spinny or whatever. But yeah, the 54 and 60 when I rub do the little test of the face, it's kind of almost gone.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Put it up.
Mikey, a bit of a noob on the tech side. What's a noob?
What is a noob?
I know
like
what
a
a
new guy?
KNOB is.
Like a newbie.
Yeah, a newbie.
You're a wee bit of a newbie. Are you?
I don't know. By the looks of 007, you might be a noob to the tech side, pal.
Nike will pass out on CNTW. He would. Cole is saying ping static fit has me at white with half-inch longer than irons, 6 foot with 38 wrist to floor. How often do those static measures matter in a real fitting? They matter. They are part of the overall equation. Yeah, no, without a doubt. I think when you're fitting people dynamically, they matter somewhat less because it's not the only thing we have to go off of. We've got your centeredness of contact. We've got obviously all your delivery metrics. Lots and lots of things that play dynamically. So I think if you've got limited options in terms of the fit carts or face tape, live tape, any of that sort of stuff, I think it's actually quite useful. But I think at a facility like this or others like it, you're going to have enough tools at your disposal that you wouldn't need to rely on the static measurements as much.
Pull that up.
Sure. Okay, interesting. By seeing my profile picture, if you had to guess what my handicap is with only 1.5 years playing golf.
Hit it 190 normal and very consistently.
Is that 6 iron or 7 iron or is it
Driver?
190 ball speed? Is that what that is? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
With that picture, those clubs, an idea in that speed, playing 1.5 years of golf, I would say a 6.
I was going to go higher. I was going to say like a 10 or 11.
Yeah. COVID golfers, need loads of time. Loads of time. But who fills in?
7 iron.
7 iron, 197 iron.
197 iron. That's a long 7
Yeah,
iron.
I'm still going to say 6. Easy peasy. When are the titles to NBCBs coming out? Haven't heard.
No news. Easy peasy. I like that.
Yeah. Has driver and hands zoom in.
Chad McKenzie, semi-annual check-in on the Ottawa location.
No updates. No updates, unfortunately. Matt is asking, who does fittings in Australia? We have a company within our own company that does fittings out there. They were formerly known as Pure Form Golf out there, and they are now Club Champion Australia. They would be, I mean, even prior to the joining the Club Champion family, they were the guys to go to in Australia. So, yeah, Pure Form, Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney. Not sure if they have one in Perth now.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sydney. So nice golf in Sydney.
Even nicer golf in Melbourne.
Yeah, true.
We do you ever talk to Blake Collier?
No.
Blake is a good player, plays on the Australian kind of tour out there. He's been over here and played, or over in Europe and played in a bunch of, like, he led Open qualifying after the first round and stuff, final qualifying 2 years ago, and like hell of a player. And he plays at the Metropolitan Golf Club.
Oh, wow.
And I said if we get ourselves over there, he said, you know, we'll be his guests playing there. And
Coming,
dear. That'd be a fun one.
Royal Melbourne, Ellerston. Oh man, Ellerston's tough. Ellerston's like the Augusta of Australia. It's tough to get. I don't know.
The Augusta of Australia. Is Royal Melbourne not Augusta?
No,
of Australia?
I would say like the get. Ellerston's harder.
Is it?
Yeah.
You just love you. What would you like more? It being more
exclusive.
More history or more exclusive?
That's tough because I love both. I love both.
Yeah, that's
history.
For sure.
History for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But sometimes the history comes with the exclusive.
Aye. Aaron is asking, Mikey, can you talk about why you play your irons a half-inch short for your height? He's just a wee guy. That's why he plays them half-inch short.
I'm taller than you.
Are you? Look at the size of your
I'm
tiny.
relaxing. To be honest with you, the half-inch short, we talked about this for many years, and I never did it, but it definitely helps me get down to the ball a little bit easier. Strikes way better, a little higher in the face, which is nice. But
you don't lose ball speed, do you?
No. If anything, I probably
pick up a little bit
of ball speed.
Yeah. Yep. Hello, Mr. Fogel.
In our neck of the woods and doesn't even come for a visit.
Didn't even come to see us.
Didn't even book a fit.
In fact, I take that hello back.
Rude.
Take it back. Per is apologising for being late. It's okay. I can't find out when you guys start on start on Monday. That makes three of us. We don't know when we're starting on a Monday really either.
And that's Brendan Ralph's fault.
Yeah, Ralphie. Too drunk. Too hungover.
So no one's ever going to want an internship with us.
I know. It's a joke.
That's a joke.
If we're not making fun of you, we don't like you.
I'm just waiting.
What are you waiting for?
Good recommendation for a plus handicap in Minneapolis.
Bring it up,
that doesn't make any sense. Miura's, LA Golf iron shafts, pured, leather grips, custom ferrules.
Oh, but they're Minneapolis, so it's
Vikings.
I don't know.
Purple and gold.
Good recommend, Dave.
No.
Let us know. Are you looking for a recommendation of a fitting studio or clubs or? Not sure what you mean.
I don't even think it's the Vikings. Oh,
Minnesota. Vikings,
matter.
Yeah, Vikings.
Is it?
Aye.
That doesn't matter. Giants are the only one that matters.
Club recs for an absolute beginner in their 20s/30s.
Some DTC stuff might be good.
DTC stuff's great. Yeah. Just whatever you do, just go get fit, even if it's just to take advantage of getting your specs. Played golf with a guy yesterday, and he said to me, he's like, you know, I've got a nephew. He's like, I'm going to bring him in to see you guys. He's like, would it be wrong of me to bring him in to get the specs and then we go and source the stuff for cheaper? Absolutely not.
Nope.
Do it.
Just go get fit. Go through the experience.
Just go get fit. That's all we say. Just go get fit and take it from there. You might find that, the results are so good and, the sort of journey that you can go on with your fitter is exactly what you want to buy into. Great. Awesome. If you just want to buy based on price, great. But go get fit with somebody who is an experienced, qualified fitter who knows their stuff. That's all we, obviously preach all the time. What OEM has what?
Fresh kicks for the boy.
He loves a pair of fresh kicks.
I'm kidding.
Is that same as yours?
But I might need a contact or some help to get some the Navy ones.
Team. What OEM has taken one-piece forged irons the farthest in terms of technology advancement? That's a good question. One-piece technology advancement.
Let's always go towards that Strixon ZX7.
I was going to say that. I would say that one has really, I think, changed the way manufacturers are designing that particular style of iron with less loft and obviously some more multi-material in the sense of it has some tungsten in there and that type of thing. So yeah, I would agree with that. I would say the 7 range.
Good suggestion.
Yes. I'm just backing you up.
Thanks.
Justin wants to know how to increase his smash factor, Michael. Swings around 120, goes up to 126. Ball speeds are usually mid-high 160s. Sometimes it moves into the 170 range.
Must be nice.
2 things. Hit it solid, get it in the middle of the face, and make sure that you're not applying too much dynamic loft. That'd be the 2 things. So pressure into the golf ball, centeredness of strike, and not too much dynamic. If you're using GC Quad, look for a number between 15 and 17 on dynamic loft. If you're using TrackMan, look for a number between 12 and 14 would be my recommendation. I've seen this from Nick a couple of times. How does Dynamic Gold Tour Issue X100 play versus C-Taper 120S?
I still find KBS, regardless, even the money taper, obviously not as much as money taper, but still slightly more counterbalance than an X1. And obviously X1 is going to be a hell of a lot heavier than a C-Taper 120.
Yes.
Unless you're asking for both 120s.
At 120, yeah. The handle on the X100 is going to be quite a bit softer, that's for sure. I think C-Taper is more comparable with like a Project X profile where it's a little bit more kind of straight line, whereas obviously X100 has the softer butt section and then kind of works into a stiffer tip section. So very, very different profiles. Let's see. Squad and friends, only $1.99 a month to be a member. Easy decision. Sign up, lads. That is a nice little segue. The membership program is coming back, guys. We will have member-exclusive Q&As. We'll have member-exclusive videos. We'll be rewarding those of you who have been our loyal members for. I mean, it's been a while since really we initiated the membership, and I was looking through it the other day, and the amount of names that I recognise who have just stayed as loyal members has been there forever. Warms the cockles, Michael. Warms the cockles. That's very, very nice to see. So, time for us to sort of pay back a little bit in terms of having some member-only exclusive content. Brendan Ralph, wee Ralphie, will be in charge of that. Thumbs up from Ralphie.
Good luck, members. Good luck.
Michael Crawley, one for you.
You comment that you play your irons half inch short. Good option for a sweeper. I mean, honestly, it's changed my strike like for the better. Maybe almost. I don't know. I've gotten really steep lately, but I don't know if that's necessarily being the shorter length.
Well, the good thing is we don't have to just sort of, we know Mick and we know Mick's game. Mick, I wouldn't say half inch is not somewhere I would go for you for sure. I think you would really struggle with low strikes. Mikey's a lot steeper than you are, especially at the minute.
Yeah, too steep.
Too steep, too out to in, too steep. So, you know, no, I would not recommend you went any shorter at all.
The out to in's gone apparently.
Apparently, according to who?
This morning, GC Quad. Oh geez.
What?
You see that one?
This
Paddy seemed charming.
Kyle came to Toronto and stopped by both locations with my son, but missed you both. Must have been Friday.
Must have been, we were busy. Oof, the meetings.
Great shops though, and Paddy seemed charming.
Paddy, good job.
Paddy's a good lad. Okay, let's see. Fraser's asking, have you guys ever fitted a high handicapper whose ball striking was at top level and they walked out with blades? Yes, I have. I'd say high handicap, never a high handicapper as in anything above an 18, but you know, certainly 12, 10, 15. I'd consider that mid handicap, but yeah, never really a high handicapper, Fraser. But if your ball striking's good, and that's where you tend to get your consistency from, then yeah, definitely we could do that. Chris is looking to get a driver shaft pured. What is the best way to get it to you guys? Chris, reach out to us, info@clubchampion.ca. We will we'll arrange to get the shaft from you, whether, I'm not sure where it is that you live, Chris, but we'll arrange to get the shaft from you. We'll get your OEM tip preference, your grip preference, length, all that sort of stuff. Make sure you don't want to change anything like that. We can get it pured and sent back out to you, no problem at all. Who knows? Focus. Nice to see me yesterday. I don't know who that was at all. You grab one while I see who that was.
All right. You guys know any good fitters near Zurich? CH by chance? Like Zurich. Where's Zurich? Switzerland? There is not a club champion. What's CH by chance? Any fitters in Zurich? I don't know anyone. Fly to the UK.
No, I do not know anyone in that neck of the woods. Zurich. No.
Yeah, fly to the UK. We trip.
Where's Geneva? That's True Specker in Geneva.
Oh, right, yeah, that's close, I guess, yeah.
I have no idea.
I have no
idea. It could be the other end of the country for all I know, but True Spec Golfer in Geneva, that would be the only other custom club fitter I would know in Switzerland. Ryan is asking, thoughts on a Vokey V grind versus M grind? We happen to have done a video on that one. We've done a video on that, or was it L grind? No, T grind versus V grind.
T grind versus V grind.
I would say if you are on the steeper side, Ryan, I would definitely say V grind would be better for you. If you like to kind of shallow out, you like to play your wedge shots kind of stiff wristed, a little bit more width to the motion, and you tend to just really brush the turf, I'd say the M grind. That's kind of you and me, isn't it? You use an M grind and I use a V grind. What does that mean?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, jeez. Really? They can't see that?
Blade Runner. No, they can see that.
Yeah, that part, yeah.
Yeah, you can. Blade Runner can hit a 2-iron flush, no issues. Can't hit driver for the life of me. Ball speed on driver is 152 to 160. What's the ideal driver spec? So you can hit it like a long iron. Short, CG forward. Typically, well,
a little heavier.
Yeah, I definitely would say short and yeah, maybe a little bit more on the upright side of things to offset the length. Honestly, go get fit.
Yeah, go get fit.
Go get fit. You know, go and find yourself and where you can get access to try a bunch of different heads and shafts, and you can take weights out, and you know the fitter's not scared to go back and cut some length off a shaft if it happens to be working quite well. I think that would be what I would do. But heavier, shorter. I would actually go a little bit bigger in the grip as well.
Trying to catch up here.
Mike C. Time for you boys to give Calgary a standalone club champion store instead of a shop-in-shop location. We have that coming. And through 3 short months, we will be giving you guys a club champion Calgary store. We signed the lease for it maybe 6 weeks or so ago. The store is in build out right now, so it will be open before the year is out. So stay tuned for that. Do you take room for improvement into fittings? Absolutely. I think fitters rely too much on tech to show distance gauge with no regard to fuel. 100%. I always think of the timeline, Mikey, that I expect people to stay with the clubs, right? And I'll discuss that with them. Like, if you're to stay with these clubs for 3 to 5 years, these specs, unless you do something drastically different, all specs that we give out and recommendations that we give out have room for growth and change. Yep. That's a given. But if you dramatically change your speed by, say, 10, 12 miles an hour, or you go from being 3 degrees out to in to being 6 degrees in to out, of course things are going to change. But we do always build in some room for improvement and a little bit of wiggle room in there. Definitely.
There's a lot of members joining.
I love it. I love it. Guys, the memberships mean literally more to me than anything. Like, somebody that is calling themselves a member of our community is the thing that I would say means the absolute most to me. And as we said, we will be doing every other week, every second week, we will be doing member-only lives. My objective for it is that it's not so much. This is obviously the YouTube software that we use where we get you guys questions and stuff. I would actually like it to be more of a Zoom call, Mikey, where we can actually see faces, and you don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but it would be a little bit more on the personal side of things where we can give the floor to a speaker and, you know, literally have a one-on-one dialogue.
Totally.
Right, so you can give us your question, but give us the context with it. That would be my goal for the one-on-one or the member Q&As that we have on there. So I think that'll be really, really fun, and the plan is to do that every other week. So be cool. Stephen Lang, thumbs up or free?
Amen.
Let's get into a bit of thumbs up. Let's get into a bit of that.
Question, okay, you do yours.
Yeah, I'll just go a quick one. Just what's your go-to putter grip? Mine is the Scotty Matador or something similar of that size. You're a Pingman?
Yeah, I like a Pingman or a Lambkin D-pitch, yeah.
Yep. What are you going to say?
Dean was asking, hi guys, love your work. Question on how a fitting then works into a swing weight and flex and frequency conversation. Kind of throughout the fitting.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously closer to when we get the final, combo, but generally I've always got, some lead tape out. I've got a little scale out. We're always tinkering, trying to dial in a couple different things for you. So hopefully in your fitting. It's kind of throughout the process.
Agreed. Brett's asking, top 3 courses you want to play in the northeast of the US.
Jeez,
Is New York considered?
Yeah, that whole eastern. Yeah, why not? Pine Valley.
PV, yep, I would second that.
National Golf Links of America.
Yep, played it.
And
10 years ago.
So it doesn't count. And
where? Yep, played it.
Yeah, Shinny.
I was disappointed with Shinnecock. I mean, I'd play it again if they asked, if I got invited.
I'd say Fishers for me.
Fishers would be special. Yeah. I would like to play. I'd love to play Marion.
Yeah, well, you do that when you do Pine Valley. That's a little.
Does that count? Is like a 2 for 1 deal?
Yeah. No, it's one I would like to play.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's very close. Very, very close.
You just schmooze with the right people, Mike.
Yep. Enough glasses of white wine on a Sunday afternoon, you get your invite.
What is your craziest club fitting story?
I have no clue.
I had a near-death experience in the Bay one time. I was literally, all the balls, the kind of 6 or 7 balls that we had in the Bay were all being hit. They were in the screen. Or so I thought. And I went in to collect them into the Bay. So literally I was standing directly in front of the person in the Bay, and we were doing an iron fit. And I actually knelt down to pick up one of the golf balls. And as I kneeled down, I didn't realise the person had stood up and actually hit a shot. They didn't see me going in there, God knows how. There was 1 ball left. And the ball literally pushed my hair up as it skiffed over the top of my head. And literally would have cracked my head like an egg. It was an older gentleman. He was there actually picking up his clubs. He was getting sort of fitted, and we had to get him a seat and sit down. He went white as a ghost, and he actually never came back to pick up his clubs.
Really?
Paid for them, never came back to pick up his clubs. Never reached out to us again. Left them. But that was my near-death experience.
Craziest club fitting story, I don't really have one. I can't think.
Also, we were doing a club fitting at a golf course called Bayonne. You know Bayonne, right on the Hudson River, on the Jersey side. I was fitting the owner of Uniqlo, and it was so windy that day. We had these tents up, and huge gust of wind came. Again, this is probably a similar kind of story. So he was actually kneeling down to tee his ball up. The tent took off and literally flew directly right over the top of him. And I swear it would have clattered into him if he was standing there. Imagine that. Billionaire.
You've killed the owner of Uniqlo.
Billionaire owner of Uniqlo was taken out by a tent. Literally, the tent flew up into the Hudson River. We had to go and send a boat out to go and get it, retrieve it. It was...
How on a boat?
It was stinking.
There's a few tents in the Hudson.
Yep. Okay. We're literally going to sign it anyway. We get like a minute. Yeah. 2%. Okay. All right, guys. We are down to the bare bones and battery of what we've got. We need to do a little switcheroo, but we're going to love you and leave you on that note. Lots and lots of great questions today. Lots of new members.
Yeah, it's nice
super exciting. Make sure we're not losing any. You guys should do all-time what's in the bag video for your favourite clubs of all time. That one actually is coming very soon.
That'll be good.
That would be good. Okay, guys, love you and leave you. Currently right now, Michael, there is still the fitting fee offer.
Yep.
If you come into any putter fit promo right now is have your putter fit fee credited on the purchase of any putter. That's throughout the month of September for our putter month. We are currently still running our $100 bag. So fit fee is reduced to $100 with any single club purchase. That's as good an offer as we've ever given here in the Canadian market. So guys, any of you who are looking to take advantage of any of our fitting promos right now, you can find them on our website, US, Canadian websites. So you can jump on there and see them anytime.
Definitely.
Any closing notes?
Have a wonderful week, everyone.
We'll see you guys soon.